I think we were able to escape tonight because of our defense. I thought our defense was, I should have put you in the game, Austin Carr. I looked over, I should have put you in. But I was afraid you wouldn't guard anybody. I know that. You'd have made all those corner threes. You'd have made them all. You were drooling with those looks. Our D, I think our D was the difference. They're hard to play against because they're very good defensively. And they got the big guy back there blocking shots and make you look around. We missed some looks that we usually make. But it didn't affect us going back on the other end and guarding. And to get to 11 league wins is great. And to get a win after a week off, that's always kind of unusual. Again, I think it was great. We got some rest. But you're always maybe trying to find a rhythm a little bit, too, when you haven't played for a while.
Like 29 games in, but what kind of a new good step was it for this small group where you're not getting 80 on the board?
Yeah.
They go back and guard and defend and get out of here.
One of the things I told them today at shoot-around was, we haven't been in the battles in a while. And I said, it's kind of been an easy week. There's been nothing to frustrate you. So when some frustrating stuff happens, and this game is going to be a hard game, are we going to be mentally tough enough, like we've been most of the season, to be where we're at, to fight through that and go back and guard because I knew we'd have empty offensive possessions against them. They're just too good defensively. So I give them a lot of credit for hanging in there. I give Matt Farrell a lot of credit. Foul trouble, not in a great rhythm, but the guy just kind of finds a way.
Fonzie's performance again.
Yeah.
Stellar every night.
Yeah, he's playing as well as anybody in the country and anybody in our league. And I think he knew, some of our perimeter guys weren't going offensively. And he was smart enough to know it's kind of hard to score on Lammers around the paint. So he shot some jumpers on him and took them out there and kind of found different ways to do it, but he set a great tone for us.
He had two spurts, one in the first half, one in the second, where I think you guys got 10 points in 40 seconds.
Yeah.
It was steals by him and hitting threes.
Where he's really improved is defensively. He's come so far as a defender since he got here as far as helping his teammates. He was having to help his teammates get through that handoff at the elbow all night, and then sometimes he switched it. So he talks on defense. He knows what he's talking about, but he can make an impact on both ends, and he did tonight.
Did having the week-long break before heading into this one, is that going to be a pretty big advantage for you guys?
I think it really came at a good time because now BJ is fighting the flu a little bit. He left practice early and didn't go to team dinner last night, and he fought through it today, but he was struggling. But I think for those four guys overall, just to not be grinding in a 3-game week, which we've had so many of, it'll help them long term into March.
Gold jerseys right until you lose?
Gold jerseys are rolling. Somebody said we're like 21-6 in the gold jerseys now after tonight, and we're gonna keep riding them.
Mike, you mentioned into March. At what point in the season do you start looking towards some of the tournament preparations and things that come along?
Nothing with NCAA tournament stuff right now. I think we're more focused on positioning ourselves for the ACC tournament. I told them we'd get to 11-5. We're tied for second. We control our own destiny to finish in the top 4, which is something this nucleus has experienced. And you got a real shot to get to Saturday night if you get the double bye. If you don't get the double bye, it's really, really hard to do that. So, we control our destiny to get into that territory, and that's more what we've talked about right now.
Mike, you were 10 of 29 from 3, 10 of 28 from 2. What do you feel like you did better offensively against them compared to the last time in their defense?
Yeah, well, we were able to get to the foul line. We got to the bonus quick in the second half, and that helped us put points on the board because it's hard to score from the field. It's hard to score in the paint with him back there. He made some unbelievable recovery blocks. The one on Bonzi, when he shot that reverse layup, he came from behind and got it. He's really a gifted young man. He's really good. Got to check which assistant was recruiting him, why he didn't tell me about him. Anyways, but, the other thing, we had clean looks we didn't make. We had some corner jump shots against their 1-3-1. Steve, we want those guys taking them all night. But, you know, now they're not going. You got to fight that frustration. Now you got to go back and guard that action because they run it for 25 seconds. And they're not shooting a jump shot. They're coming at your throat with stuff. So it's physical, it's grinding, it's exhausting. At least we got to the foul line to score, to get out of here tonight.
You know, as much as you don't talk about the bracket beyond the ACC, is a game like this, an opponent like this, something that you could see yourself going back to as you're prepping for first round?
Yeah. You know, there's no question. And to your question, one of the things you do when you get that first matchup, and really that first weekend, you try and compare whoever you're matched up with to someone in our league. Okay, fellas, these guys are Georgia Tech-like. These guys are, whoever. And so I've always tried to do that with our guys, and there'll be a number of teams in the tournament. Hell, it could be them. Of course, we wouldn't play them in the first weekend. But there'll be teams with that kind of defensive and long guy in the back who can block shots.
Wednesday, senior night.
Big night. Our crowd has been great all year. Our students have been fabulous. We need them one more time, and I know they will deliver. We'd love to send Steve and VJ out the right way. Steve and VJ are two of the greatest winners in the history of this basketball program. Given what they've been part of, total wins, and especially what they've done in the NCAA tournament. So it's a special night for those guys. It'll be hard for me to watch them go out one last time.
Given all the distractions with surrounding senior night, Boston College and all of that, how easy would it be for human nature to kind of take over and you guys to maybe overlook Boston?
No, I don't think. I think our guys are really pretty mature. Heck, BC had us down 10 at halftime. I don't. I think we understand Steve and VJ's night, double bye territory. We understand what's on the line. I don't see that happening.